And I haven't made any uploads in a while, or just been online in a while because I don't want to focus too much on the world. As far as letting it to me enough to just talk about it. Even though I watch a lot of things, I don't. I just observe and let it go. I don't take it seriously anymore because I'm aware of what kind of reality this is and where my conscious awareness is in this particular world. And it's not something I want to continue to give energy to. I can watch it, but I don't have to feel any kind of way about it. Once you feel the kind of way about it, that's when the seeds are planted. I watch stuff and I just don't feel nothing, including Candy and Todd's divorce. But anyway, I want to talk about this Danish deception. I guess it's a woman. I guess it's a TikTok series. Before I even started watching, because I saw other people making uploads about the Danish deception, but then I plugged it in on YouTube, and I saw it's by this person, Onika, whatever her name is. It starts with an O. It's a different kind of name, and she has a series on TikTok, kind of like that TikTok from that lady who the F did I marry. You remember that series that came out, and she went on all kind of talk shows after that. And so this Danish deception, I see that it's a cash grab. It could be a real story, and so she getting paid. People call her dumb or whatever, but at the same time, now she getting paid all this kind of money for whatever kind of pain or bad decision she made. Now she gets to make money off of her bad decision. Or whatever happened. We all make bad decisions. I'm not going to judge nobody. But I want to say this because, first of all, I feel like it's a new cash grab. She's probably going to get deals. She's going to get calls, and she's going to be on talk shows. She's probably going to be on The View or whatever is on these days. What's called the Tamron Hall Show. She might get invited on Tamron Hall Show. Okay, she might get some deals. Okay. I definitely feel like she might get a lot of interviews from this because that's the same thing that happened to this lady that came out with this series, Who the F Did I Marry? Okay. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know about this lady with this Danish deception. I don't even know if I feel like she's going to be entertaining. And I haven't even looked at her yet. I feel like she's a pretty face. I'm not trying to be funny. I feel like she's a pretty face. She looks like a model to me. It looks like she's really trying to break into the industry. I feel like the lady with the Who the F Did I Marry series, I like listening to her. I didn't care about her story either. I wasn't going to call her stupid. And because we all made decisions, like I'm not going to talk about nobody, even if this Danish deception is a true story. I don't have room to point my finger at that lady. I don't. So it's just literally for me to not just to have fun and not be serious. It's not for me to care about these people's lives. But anyway, just by looking at this lady, maybe she's entertaining, but to me, she's pretty. And when a person is very pretty, they're pretty. And they know they're pretty when they're talking on camera. So I can't get into you. You're going to, when I look at you talking on camera, you're going to know that you're pretty when you're talking. And I can't get entertained because you sound like you're pretty. I try to make it seem clear. I don't even know if I'm going to believe her story. But I guess so far, a lot of people have believed her story. I don't know if I'm going to believe her story. Let me see how well of an actress she is, or if it's really, if it actually happened. Okay. But I want to talk about this too, real quickly, because I ordered something. I have to go get it, pick it up. Some people are focused on the fact that she's with a non-black man, because I guess I looked at for a few minutes the review from Jessie Woo, but I didn't look at everything she had to say because I was busy doing stuff as I was listening to Jessie Woo that I still didn't hear everything anyway, and I cut it off before she finished. But I guess this lady kept giving this guy a lot of money and then put her family in harm's way when it came to this man scamming and getting money from her family too. So it sounded like that's the gist of it. It looked like a big scheme, like he's a scammer or something. Some people, I don't know about Jessie Woo because I didn't really hear too much of what she said because I was busy while I was letting it play and I didn't listen to what she had to say. But some people I can already know they're going to make this thing seem about race. They're going to make it about race. And here's what I want to say, because I'm not defending all this interracial whatever. I don't care anymore. I don't care, because at this point I feel like people need to learn how to listen to the Most High. That's the only one that's going to give you the best advice. Outside of the Holy Spirit, the Most High, I don't know what kind of, if the advice is going to be good, even if you stay within your race. Okay? So I'm not into all this, into being against who's dating who. But people are really hopping on the fact that this is a non-black man. I mean, I can already know that's what it is without me having to look at reviews. I want to say this. If this story is true, this lady has a bad, and a lot of us do. I'm just saying, though. If this story is true, this lady just messed around with a scammer and put her whole family at risk because she trusted this scammer. She has bad judgment. I think people need to look at her judgment, because had she been with a black man, something similar probably would have happened in a different way. But she probably still would have got scammed by... How many black women have been scammed by black men? How many black men have been scammed by black women? I mean, people... I feel like black people want to make it seem like their group of people, their race or whatever, is just gold. Like nothing is wrong with them. Like they're just above everybody else. But Atlanta is Scamlanta. How did Atlanta become Scamlanta? And now it's called Sodom and Gomorrah. Who made it Sodom and Gomorrah? See what I'm saying? Black people need to stop making it seem like they just so high and mighty. And talking about, oh, she with the white man or he with the white woman or whatever, right? Like, stop acting like you're just gold. Like, you're just the best thing since sliced bread. Stop, like, why? Come on now. Most areas that's populated by black people in the world, period, is just not the best. Okay? And there's a lot of scammers in that area. I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of black Americans, men and women, but a lot of black American women have a lot to say because they're women and they go to these places by themselves. Some of the biggest scams that they have come across have been in Africa. They're women going by themselves. Now, being a woman, you're most likely vulnerable to a lot of scam artists anyway. Being a woman, going somewhere by yourself. But a lot of them have a lot to say about Africa. More than anywhere else, a lot of them have a lot to say about Africa. But men have a lot to say about Africa too, as far as their scamming ways. So, hold on, I'm looking at a call coming through and I'm making sure it's not cutting off this. It's not going to stop. Now, hopefully it didn't cut off my doggone. It's not going to stop ringing. Let me decline. Okay. All right. But anyway, sorry about that. But the point I'm making is black people need to stop acting like they so above everything else and they so great and they're just not flawed and everybody who has dark skin is supposed to choose somebody else with dark skin. Like, you're just so great. Like, had she chose a black man, she would have... My thing is, this lady looked like she had poor judgment. I don't want to make it seem be about a white man better than a black man, or a black man better than a white man. I don't want to make it about that, because it's about who you choose. It don't have nothing to do with the complexion of their skin. Somebody's skin complexion don't mean nothing if they have no good character, if they have no integrity about themselves, if they just have nothing about themselves. What does a complexion even matter? You know, whether it's a man or a woman. Okay? So, this lady, I think people need to look at the fact that she has poor judgment if the story is true. And she chose to put it out there. So if she chose to put it out there, people are going to judge. Don't put your business out there if you don't want folks to judge you and get mad because they judge you. You tell a story like that, you're up to be judged. If you tell that kind of story to the public and think they're not going to rip you to shreds, you got another thing coming. You're going to be judged. Okay? Like, don't even get mad. Or if you're going to get mad, don't put it out there, because you will be judged harshly. And it's with the white man, and you know how that goes. Regardless of how she probably been with 20 other black men that screwed her over. So she just has bad judgment. She has poor judgment. But that's all I feel like saying. Like a lot of people are gonna make it seem like, oh, she should have been with a black man. That's what she get for going outside her race. But it don't matter if you continue to make bad decisions and you have poor judgment and you don't look inward to see what it is about you that makes these bad decisions. If none of that ever takes place, in addition to whatever else needs to happen, okay. If none of those take place, then it doesn't matter what color they are. It don't matter if the person is going to be Chinese. She's going to continue to, or a woman or a man, they're going to continue to run into these type of situations until they figure out what it is that caused them to make these decisions. But anyway, that's it, and I'll talk later.